Today my group will be talking about repair management at PACs. Our team consists of Shayne Northern, Jared Halphin, Amanpreet Banwait, Ashley Robinson, and myself, Ashley Alberti. PAC's Resource is a small manufacturing company that specializes in high-quality computer parts. But recently, they have taken a huge downturn when it comes to declining sales, grumbled employees, poor management, employee relations, and a lack of human resource support. There are several unresolved decisions that need to be deciphered regarding human resources, safety and security, staffing, compensation and benefits, and employee relations. In order to solve these problems, we will administer a SWOT analysis of the company that would help break down and fully understand the current position that the PAC is in by doing a deep dive into internal and external factors. By creating an HR strategic plan, it would help initialize a cost-effective way to reduce labor as a demand for products so PACs does not have a large cost labor, and this will also help with the financial troubles that PAC faces. This would also correlate to identifying any fraudulent sales data that would key into low sales numbers. With improving communication throughout the organization, it would increase relations between employees and management. And lastly, a code of ethics would need to be administered to ensure procedures are being followed across the organization. And with that being said, I will turn.
The SWOT analysis is a great tool to examine companies and determine where the best places are that you could determine strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. In a SWOT analysis of PAC resources, we identified many factors, both externally and internally, that can help us decide the best next steps to take. One of the strengths is that PAC resources is a niche market. Second strength is that they offer in-house training to employees. Another strength is that they also offer tuition reimbursement to employees who take classes that are related to the field that they work in. Another strength is also that PAC Resources manufactures all their products in the United States, which is very different these days. Secondly, a lot of the weaknesses are in the management area. They have no experience laying people off. They use unethical practices in management, and there's horrible communication amongst management. These are some very big weaknesses, and management is what makes your company thrive. So these are some weaknesses that we really need to look at. The opportunities that PAC Resources has is that they have the opportunity to expand their market since they are a niche market. They have the opportunity to hire outside facilitators, and also they can have modern labor and cut costs. The threats are the possibility of unionization, employees wanting to sue, the economic downturn, and so with this SWOT analysis, we used it to decide what are the issues going on at PAC Resources and how can we help and in what area of these resources. So that's what we got out of the SWOT analysis. Now I'm going to be talking about HR's role as a strategic planner and PAC Resources. HR is a very important and fundamental department when it comes to any kind of business or company. I mean, the labor and the employees that work for you are talked about as one of the greatest assets of a company. So by analyzing the labor supply in HR, you can, PAC Resources has the opportunity to not cut all their labor at once, but you cut it as demand decreases so that it's not one huge big layoff going on. Also, this will help with their financial troubles, and it will cut labor just enough, just as you need it, so that they can focus on other different programs that will help the employees that they do have, such as engagement, performance management, making sure that PAC is able to maintain the employees that it does have. It has a lot of work to do in management. They need to make sure that the employees are satisfied with their jobs, and this is going to start in management by making sure that all the unethical practices and the unfairness that's going on at PAC Resources is handled, because employees are not going to want to work for the managers unless they feel like they're getting taken care of. So my advice for PAC Resources and our group's advice would be to cut labor supply evenly as demand decreases and focus on the employees that they are having right now.
So combating low sales at PAC Resources, the reason behind PAC's low sales numbers is due to the fraudulent sales data, low amount of sales, and the lack of employee communication in the organization as a whole. By doing this, PAC will be able to gain more contacts and a stronger customer base, and in the end, having more sales. The fraudulent sales data was due to PAC sales that were never finalized and done as pre-sales but counted as actual sales. This is extremely unethical, and the numbers should be corrected immediately. The employees that were involved should be held responsible, and some sort of meeting or training regarding unethical behavior should be dealt with. A warning this time, but next time there should be extreme consequences for their actions.
Employee communication can be improved by creating both a stronger and wider communication throughout the organization. By creating a stronger communication environment within the organization, it opens up a culture for employees to talk and engage with all level personnel, and allows talking with all levels of personnel to be more comfortable. One way PAC can improve on a wider communication is for managers to reach out to the Human Resources Department and to have managers partner up with someone in Human Resources, so that manager will have a better knowledge of policies, procedures, and laws. Also, by sending out detailed reports about how things are done in the company, for example, there was an issue with how bonuses were given out. If there was a detailed report sent out, all personnel would help eliminate any confusion they might have.
So our group's proposed code of ethics involved, first and foremost, which is also our most important, is to strive for honesty and integrity in all business activities. An example of this can be seen in the Hershey's chocolate manufacturing company, in which they value honesty as the #1 priority, and they are doing great because of it. Our second goal is that we also strive to achieve the highest quality, effectiveness, and dignity in both the process and products of professional work. An example of this can be seen in Samsung, the electronics company, in which they value this as their #1 priority, and it has helped them establish one of the largest market shares in their industry. And our third goal, which is also very important, is to create a culture of open communication in order to help the work environment become more productive and run more fluid as well. So our ethical environments include adequately skilled employees who are compelled to compromise ethical standards to meet business objectives and goals. Employees that possess these skills are detrimental to how well business works and how productive they are and how they meet their goals and standards. Now we have a video here on the code of conduct that's going to help outline what we just stated.
You overhear some co-workers joking around about a fellow employee. They are mocking that individual because of her national origin and imitating her way of speaking. While you know this behavior is disrespectful, you prefer to ignore it and focus on your job. Is it okay to ignore this? Ignoring disrespectful behavior is allowing discrimination to occur, and therefore you are contributing to harassment in the workplace. That behavior violates the code, as well as our company non-harassment and non-discrimination policy. You have the responsibility to report the incident to your manager or human resources. Our company requires each employee to treat all colleagues in a respectful manner and to forge working relationships that are free of bias, prejudice, and harassment. We do not practice discrimination, nor do we permit harassment of any kind. In addition, our company is committed to providing equal employment opportunity to all employees and applicants without regard to race, religion, color, sex, pregnancy, national origin, age, physical or mental disability, military or covered veteran status, marital status, sexual orientation, genetic characteristic, or any other classification protected by applicable law. You are trying to decide which of your direct reports to promote. In your opinion, one of the employees being considered is a troublemaker because he reported a suspected conflict of interest 5 months ago that almost caused a colleague to lose his job. As a result, you don't want to promote that employee. Is that a legitimate consideration? No. All employees who report a suspected violation of the code are protected from any type of retaliation or negative impact as a result, so long as the report was made in good faith. Our company also strictly prohibits any act of retaliation retaliation against the person who participates in an investigation. Our company takes violations of the code very seriously and expects you and all employees to respect, promote, and comply with the code. If you are aware of an existing or potential violation of the code, you are required to promptly notify an officer of our company or the legal department. Failure to report is itself a violation of the code. If you are unsure of whether a situation violates the code, you should discuss it with your office managing director, regional president, or the legal department.
Today we have gone over several factors that PAC faces as a company. By initiating a SWOT analysis, we were able to determine issues that are occurring at PAC. An HR plan would be very strategic for PAC. They would be able to help with disgruntled employees and improve relations across the organization. By also understanding a way to reduce labor as a demand would also be very strategic for PAC going forward. With identifying fraudulent sales data, it would help with recording accurate sales numbers in the future. Along with improving communication, the company would be able to work more cohesively together. This would also correlate to the ethics code that would be initiated by PAC. With all of these contributing factors that have been discovered, the future for PAC is looking much brighter. We thank you for your time.